So I got a question for y'all. Would you allow your mate to burn you with a cigarette to prove your love for them? Let's talk about this foolishness, okay? Hello, everyone. This is Cynthia, aka C Flow, and welcome to my channel. Please, before we get started, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and add your comments on this episode of Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode 4, Honeymoon Hiccups. So, the weddings are all over, receptions are all over, and done with, and now the couples are heading to the honeymoon suites. So, in the suite, Shaquille, reveals the minute that he saw her, meaning Kirsten, walk down the aisle, he knew that he wanted this marriage to work. Kirsten seemed hesitant at first to say that she agrees. She went through this whole diatribe of she still has to, she says they need to get to know one another. So it sounds like to me her wall is still up. I talked about that wall that I could clearly see last week. And what trips me out is that Kirsten told her friend, she gonna kill me if I keep saying Kristen like I know the girl. It's Kirsten. Kirsten told her friends that the reason why she turned her cheek at the altar when it was time to kiss because he didn't ask, so she turned her cheek. But then in the suite, he asked her if I could have a kiss. She says no, he needs to wait. Which is it, girl? Which is it? I think that she's just not attracted to him. She says to the producers that kissing leads to other things and she wants them to take things slow. So I really think she's not attracted, especially because she mentions that there needs to be chemistry, ding, 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 and an emotional connection. But I'm like, you need all that before you kiss somebody? Like maybe the chemistry will build when you kiss them? I don't know, but whatever. Whatever, girl. Kirsten has a valid concern, though, that he is extremely busy and will he have time for her because, he's in school, he's working, just real successful. I thought she was just as busy as him, but the way she's asking him questions, maybe not. And of course, they meet one another's family for brunch and they ask questions back and forth, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And Kirsten's family tells Shaq basically that he needs to allow her to let her guard down. So that's just part of her personality. I think once she warms up to people, she's more open. Could be because of past relationships and issues with that, guard up. I get it. Now, Shaq reveals to Kirsten that sometimes he's not okay, right? His family, he tries to reveal this rock and head of the family, and his family always thinks that he's okay, but he's not. And I totally get that. That's why that meme flies around that says, check on your strong friends because they could be going through some ish too. So I totally agree with that. And Kirsten says that they're both in the same way in that respect, and they agree that they both need to work on that. The last thing about those two is, everyone finds out where they're going for their honeymoon. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. And Jack tells Kirsten that they won't be able to go to the honeymoon the following day, that they will go the day after next because he has a school presentation down in Jackson, Mississippi, and that she is going with him. And she's like, I'm already making sacrifices for you, which is true, and that he owes her big time. So nothing major with those two. Nothing major with Gina and Clint too, which is what I'm going to cover. I just like to cover the highlights, not go blow by blow, Gina and Clint. So of course they seem comfortable with one another. You could tell Clint wanted to consummate the marriage. All right. The way he's looking at her like a steak, honey. He looking at her like a steak. Clint says not Clint. Gina says she is ready to loosen up the controls in her life, which I find that interesting because I felt that she would have an issue with making time for her a relationship for her husband because she has a brick and mortar, she's doing a build out. And so it sounds like to me that she knows that she needs to kind of give up some of that control and give responsibilities to other people to help her run her business so she can have life. So that's pretty cool. Um Now, Gina tells Clint's family at the brunch that he is not her typical type. And she goes into a story about, I guess she usually dates dark haired guys, tall, dark, and handsome. And that she did date someone that was blonde, not her type, with, I think she said, a ginger beard or something. And that she realized that the looks wasn't everything and that he was a good guy. I think that's what she said. But on a nutshell, she was basically saying, once you get to know someone, that shouldn't matter. At least that's how I took it. I don't know how you took it. How did you take it? Gina's family asked Clint how they feel they will make time for one another, considering that they both have busy schedules. And he says they will work it out. So, like I said, their little situation was uneventful. Next, we have Nicole and Chris. Nicole's dad ain't playing with Chris. He is still skeptical, but I feel like at this point, dude, they married, your daughter's grown, just let her do what it do. And if some stuff goes down and it doesn't work out, just be there for her. All that tough guy, you can say this and you seem like a nice guy, needs to stop. Okay, Dad, needs to stop. I will say that I'm starting to see why they were matched, though, because Nicole seems to have been in some very toxic relationships, and I think Chris will be a good welcome change for her. So I can see why they matched them now. Before I didn't. Chris's family basically tells Nicole that Chris goes all in relationships, no surprise there, and loses himself, meaning he puts all of his intentions and attention onto his mate and kind of lose who he is and loses himself. And they are concerned about that and wanted to make sure that if she feels like they are not working out, that she needs to end it sooner than later, because it sounds like he'll probably keep holding on, and trying to make it work. So anywho, she acknowledges that she needs to be mindful of that. Now, Nicole clearly wants to consummate this marriage because she asked Chris if they are going to have sex on the honeymoon. And he's like, we will see. Girl, just go with the flow. Why are you asking questions like that? Like, just pressure. Is that your way? Maybe that was her way of letting him know that she down. She down. Yes. I guess that's her way of letting him know. I like that they are being very vulnerable and open to one another so soon. Like they shared horrible relationship stories with one another. And that's where the cigarette burn comes into play. Okay, so now Nicole tells a story about how she said she was very young, but I mean, even when I was young, I wouldn't let nobody burn me with a gosh darn cigarette. Sorry, that just tripped me out. So basically, the guy used to tell her she's not worthy of love, and you better be glad I'm with you, and basically let me burn you with this cigarette for you to show me that you're worthy or some BS like that. And she let him do it. She still has the burn on her shoulder or wherever to prove it. So she definitely had some toxic relationships. Anywho, let's move on to Jasmine and Eris. They was kind of the only thing that stuck out to me in this episode with them is Eris's sister, his cousin. Is it Falina? They call her Fal. She's still not happy about this marriage, and it almost seems like she's being this way because she feels like she's going to lose the relationship with him or time with him. Like, we don't really know how much time they spend together, but the way she acting makes me think that that's what she's worried about. And I don't want even want to think that maybe she likes her cousin. I mean, that happens, but it's just I guess I feel the same way that I feel about Nicole's father. Let it go. Just let it go, dude. Just let it go. Um Eris's family is concerned also because when they ask Jasmine questions, she has the answer for everything. And they feel like it's pageant answers, right? And I can kind of see why they say that. And so they don't think she's genuine. They did ask her if she ever lived with someone before, and she said yes. The last relationship I had ended 7 months ago, and we lived together. And her family asked if she's over it. So she says that she's over it, but only time will tell, right? After the family brunch, you can tell when Jasmine came back to the hotel, she felt very defeated. And frankly, I feel like Eris needs to talk to his cousin, like, and tell her to back off. Like, I think if this continues, Felina, Fal, and Jasmine will not get along, and it's going to cause some problems in their relationship, especially if he's that close to his cousin. So that's not a good thing at all. Then we have, last but not least, Dominique and Matt Kimley. We gonna call him Matt. Dom, for some reason, brings her body pillow with her to the hotel. And McKinley brings it up constantly. It's a little strange, that whole little exchange about the body pillow. I don't know, but whatever floats your boat. What I do love is the fact that Dom's family brought up their concerns about racism and acceptance, and they bring them up to McKinley. And I love that because a lot of shows, if they have someone that's like a biracial couple, they don't even address those types of potential issues. And they are out there. I mean, they really are out there. And so they asked him if he's ever dated outside his race. And he said, yeah, he's been in. It was weird. It almost seemed like he said he was in serious relationships, mostly with white girls and Latinas. But he said has dated black girls in the past. So what is the difference? I don't know. He could have been just lying. Who knows? They are also concerned to see if McKinley can handle if they face racism together, right? And if he is able to support and be there for Dominique if they run into said situation. And that was very good. He says yes, but I don't know. The jury's still out on that one. Now, McKinley's family, on the other hand, mostly his mama, is still not happy about this whole marriage thing. She's like, frankly, I think it's crazy. And I don't mean to be rude, but she looks like she is a card-carrying member, if you know what I mean. Okay? And the way she was looking at Dominique made me feel uncomfortable. Right? So I can imagine Dom being uncomfortable. She just seems like somewhat of a hateful woman. I could be wrong, but those vibes I was getting was not cool at all. His family did ask her if she would be open to moving to Michigan if he wanted to move back to Michigan. And clearly, Dom is not open to it because she goes into this whole thing about, well, my mom's only an hour and a half away and you guys are hours away. And I don't know how I would feel being that far away. So to me, that's basically a no. She does not feel like she would be open to moving out of state. So that was the highlights of this episode. It was okay. I'm still stuck on the cigarette burn. Just saying. And McKinley's mother concerns me. Like I said, she looks like a card carrying member. Sorry. I'm just keeping it 100. All right, so let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you feel that my tingle tangles about McKinley's mother is accurate? Do you feel the same way? Yeah, that's it. So please like this video, share, add comments, and until next time, peace.